today with Gary Schmidt and Kim Grossclegg of Alder Creek Farms. And it's this gorgeous October day, and I think first of all we want to hear about the size of your farm.
Our farm is a 200-acre farm, and it's been in the family for 5 generations now. I think the house was built in 1889, something along that line. So it's been here for a while, and we were very fortunate to have had the opportunity to purchase it 18 years ago.
Yeah, 18 years ago.
Yes.
And so you've got how many sheep in your flock?
We currently are running at 50 ewes. And we have, right here in the barn, we are down to 50 lambs. First of all, pasture fed they're happy sheep when they're on the pasture. Sheep like grass, and it's just a natural way of life for them, and feeding grain and hay is not what I think it wasn't intended to be that way, and grass puts more weight on an animal than any grain or hay can, especially when they're just off the mums, and after they're separated they have their field that we save for them, and the grass is lush and green, and they're very, very happy sheep.
Yeah, with grain, when you feed grain to sheep, if they get too much grain, it causes the pH balance in the rumen to go too acidic. And the condition is called acidosis, and that will most times kills them.
Sure.
It creates a lot of excessive gas in their rumen, in their stomach. And like I say, with grass, you never have that problem. It's just they can eat as much grass, and
They naturally know when to stop.
yeah, it just seems to, again, nature takes care of itself. They don't seem to overeat.
At the first of the grass season, though, we do
That's
let them
true.
out. Their first introduction to grass, they're out for an hour. We bring them in, and the next day we leave them out for 3 hours. We bring them in. We make sure that they're not eating out on the pastures for a full 7 hours, because they will overeat and make themselves sick. And this fella here, with the wool around his eyes, he's a Dorset. So that's our main flock. We're mostly all Dorsets now. We have a couple Romneys just for the wool. We have some spinners that like that for spinning.
Yeah. Do you do spinning?
No, I don't.
So what do you do with your wool when you shear them?
Most of the wool is a medium grade wool, so then it goes in a huge burlap bag. The shearer puts it in this big bag, and Gary takes it down to the wool growers in Carleton Place.
In Carleton Place.
It gets shipped overseas apparently. We're getting our base flock, the ewes, ready for the breeding season. And so we're doing right now is we're flushing them. So they get a little bit of grain every day. We make sure that they always have some nice, good quality hay in front of them. The pastures now are not as lush and as good for them. So we're making sure that they just are feeling really good, and the flushing helps them to drop 2 eggs instead of just 1. So we would like twins. We're pushing them. We would like twins instead of singles. And so this time of year we practice that, and before we put the ram out with them. And also the ram, you can't see him, but he's kind of in that far corner, and there's a gate like this separating him from the main flock. So the main flock and the ram can smell each other and get to know each other and fall in love.
You only need one ram.
You only need one ram. And so he's not happy back there. He'd like to be with his girls.
Sure.
And what that does is that also helps all of the ewes come into gestation more at the same time, and that's what we're looking at, trying to have them all bred within the first 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
And then lambing season is shorter.
Yeah, some predators.
Predators.
But we think we might have the predator thing under control a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not doing too bad with that.
We're doing some reading on wolves, and they they're very territorial. So we just kind of thought this summer, well, what if we use our dogs to mark out the territory? And so our son, who loves going on the four-wheeler, he'll drive around the property with the dogs and
Especially the black ones.
yeah, and so we started doing that a lot, and
Yeah, yeah.
it seems that we've staked out our territory.
Sounds reasonable,
Yeah,
sounds logical.
just
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little change in practices
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
living with, in harmony with, and
Yeah.
Isn't that it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I say,
That's
if we
the
hear them
challenge.
really, like the dogs will alert us if we hear them really close,
Mm-hmm.
like the pack or whatever you want to call it, the family. Okay, that next day we'll just leave them on the yard. They just don't take a chance and just
Sure.
keep them on the yard, give them just a little bit of hay. And
Mm-hmm.
so we kind of work with them that way too. Like if they're really close, well, okay, let's not tempt fate here. Don't send them out to pasture today because
Yeah. Well, this has been very interesting. We thank you so much for having us come and visit your farm. And we look forward to sharing this with the members of our co-op.
thank you for coming. That's
Okay,
nice, yeah.